I'm at Skyline Park today, and I'm at the far end of the pond today. As you can see over there, this side of the bank has quite a few people. Nobody at the pier, but I figure I'd try something else different just to see what it's like over here. I fished this side before. It seems to be a little more shallow, so we'll see if that makes any difference. I spooled a new line on my ultralight because it had very little line left. I can actually see the spool with all the line reeled into it, so it was about time, and hopefully that also fixes my line breakoffs that I've been getting recently. I decided to keep it interesting to use a Charlie Brewer slider grub. I know I can catch something here with a spinner bait, but thought it would be interesting to use something else. The water is very, very dingy and even dirty on this side, so I may switch over. Actually, I think I am going to switch over to the other side because trout tends to be a more clear water fish. So now that I'm rigged, I'll walk over there. Make a couple of casts here before I go. Today is a very warm winter day for St. George. It's just under 60 degrees when I left the house. This water looks a little more clear. And from what I remember, it's also a little deeper up close, so I'll have to try that out. From what I remember last time, I ended up having to use a honey worm under a bobber because they weren't really going after anything that was moving too fast. So there's that little rock point where it was deep, so I'm going to cast past it. There's a bite. Well, it's past that spot, so it probably moved on. We're gonna try to keep trying different spots around here. So I'm getting single bites here and there, and then that's about it. There we go. Oh, broke off. No, didn't break off, just let go, but that was a solid hit. Hook point sharp, so might have just had the jig head, not really sure, but that was a good, solid tug that I couldn't move it. I could be going over a little spot where there's a sunfish, now that I think about it. But that big heavy hit actually came from this area, so there's another solid tap, but that felt like a sunfish because it was a quick snap. Trout don't hit that hard, sunfish actually do. They don't have a lot of long-term fight, but they are very aggressive when they hit. That was another bite. It's got to be a bunch of sunfish because this is a very small bait. But of course I said that last time. I don't want to switch to bait soaking, but I might have to. Actually, I think what I might do is, there we go. Nope. There's something stuck in the middle. Okay, so I've got a log straight ahead from that tree, so I'm going to have to remember that. There's something that's stuck right in the middle. And actually, I'm going to go with the fish fry. It's a brighter color for this dingy water. can't get this far enough, so I think it's time to go ahead and make this where I'm just slow walking it across the bottom, or middle of the water column. Not really sure how deep it is. I'm going for 5 feet. See how close I can bring this before it starts touching the bottom. Wow, all the way up to the edge. Okay, so now we're gonna fish right on top of that log or whatever it was that snagged me last time. I'm gonna drop it down a little bit more. 1 foot doesn't seem like a lot, but it can be. I think I'm going to try a different spot. I just wonder if they're spooked from all of the splashing in this area. Not that there's a lot. There it is. Oh, not a beautiful landing, but I caught a fish. And there's my first fish out of Skyline Pond today, and I'm looking at right at 8 inches, so didn't get skunked. Caught it where I thought I would find it. And that was right close to shore again. All right, so let's go down, see what we can catch. Got about an hour to fish, so just want to try to improve my chance by moving around. Well, I think I'm going to switch to a spinnerbait for this last stretch that I have. Starting with a 1/16 ounce Roostertail. What I like to do is I write down the weight on the blade. The fish aren't going to read it. I doubt that they're literate, and chances are they're more interested in the vibration and the flash anyhow. There is it. Look at that. One cast, one fish. That's really cool. So, looking at a 9-inch trout. Caught it right in the middle, almost as it fell, so I'm guessing it was looking at it as it was going down. And there it is. That's my second trout over here. Well, I called it right, that the spinnerbait will work. Again, I always like trying different things, so just because I can cast a spinnerbait and catch a fish doesn't mean that that's the most fun way to catch a fish. Well, I think it's time to go. I just finished spending some time talking to one of the dads around here that was scoping out places to fish and giving him some tips on where to go and what to use. And so it's time for me to head home and go grab some lunch. This was meant to be a short fishing day, as most of my fishing is. I just like getting out and being out in the nature. Of course, I've got all of this road noise behind me, but that's just part of the territory. Anyhow, hope you have a good one, and maybe next time you get out, you're able to catch some fish. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe, and tight lines till next time. There we go. There we go. I got 10, looks like 10 inches, and that'll be it. Calling it a day. Bye-bye.